Hello, and thank you for visiting the Obtaining a Preliminary Vocational Teacher License component of the Massachusetts Educator Licensure Series. The purpose of this presentation is to offer guidance to individuals who are seeking a preliminary teacher license in one of the vocational fields. Throughout this presentation, there will be references to additional information such as guides, forms, and other websites. Links to these resources can be found within the overview directly beneath the video. In general, the requirements for a preliminary vocational teacher license are made up of the following components: the education requirement, the employment experience requirement, the occupational license requirement, the subject-specific written and performance exams, and one of the literacy skills tests. In the next 5 slides, additional details and information will be provided about satisfying these requirements. It is important to note that the requirements for a preliminary vocational teacher license will vary depending on which license field the educator is applying for. Interested applicants should consult the Chapter 74 Guide for Preliminary Vocational Technical Teacher Licensure found at the URL provided for specific license requirements. Depending on the license field that an individual applies for, possession of a high school diploma or GED equivalent, an associate's degree or higher in the subject matter knowledge and skills to be taught, or a bachelor's degree or higher in the subject matter knowledge and skills to be taught will be required. If the licensure field requires a high school diploma or GED equivalent, such as automotive technology, plumbing, or cosmetology, applicants should submit either a copy of their diploma or an official transcript documenting the graduation or awarding date. If the license field requires a college degree, such as hospitality management, computer programming and web development, or horticulture, educators should submit an official college transcript documenting the degree award date. An official college transcript will bear the signature of the registrar. Depending on the license field that an applicant is seeking, the preliminary vocational teacher license will require that the applicant document 3, 4, or 5 years of employment experience in the field of the license. To document employment experience, applicants should submit a letter from their employer that attests to the dates and responsibilities of their employment. If an applicant was self-employed in the field of the license, they should submit a notarized statement attesting to the self-employment, along with 5 pieces of evidence in support of self-employment. Evidence in support of self-employment may include copies of bank statements, invoices, or Schedule C from the applicant's federal income tax returns. Templates for the letters required to document employment experience can be found at the URL provided in the description. Certain vocational fields will require educators to hold a state, federal, or industry license or certification relevant to their field in addition to their vocational educator license. For example, an applicant for an Early Education and Care 9 to 14 license must also possess the Lead Teacher certification issued by the Massachusetts Department of Early Education and Care. An applicant for a Horticulture 9 to 14 license is required to also hold a Massachusetts Pesticide Applicator license issued by the Massachusetts Department of Public Safety. Not all vocational fields require an additional license or certification. Interested applicants should consult the Chapter 74 Guide for Vocational Technical Teacher Licensure to see if such a license is required. If an occupational license is required for a Chapter 74 vocational educator license, applicants should submit an official copy of the current license or certification that clearly denotes both their name and the expiration date. The written and performance exams are administered through Greater Lowell Regional Technical School. These exams are designed to test an applicant's content knowledge for their specific vocational field. Applicants must take and pass the written test first, and will then receive information on how to sign up for the performance exam. The written test will consist of 100 multiple-choice questions. The performance exam will feature a demonstration of skill. Both exams are only offered on specific dates during the calendar year and must be taken at Greater Lowell Regional Technical School. For more information about testing, please visit Greater Lowell Regional Technical School's website or contact them directly at 978-441-4946. In order to be issued a preliminary vocational teacher license, applicants will need to take and pass either the Communication and Literacy Skills Test or the Vocational Technical Literacy Skills Test. Both are Massachusetts tests for educator licensure, commonly referred to as MELS. Both tests measure the applicant's ability to read and write in English and are made up of a reading and a writing subtest. Applicants must take and pass both subtests in order to achieve an overall passing score. Although either test would be accepted towards a vocational teacher license, applicants should note that academic licenses and vocational administrator licenses will require a passing score on the Communication and Literacy Skills Test. Applicants may wish to take this exam if they are considering earning a license in one of these additional areas. Unlike the written and performance exam, there is a great deal of flexibility in terms of where and when the test can be taken. For additional information, including how to register for the test, please visit the MELS website provided in the description below. If a vocational teacher has exhausted more than 4.5 years of employment under the preliminary license and has not yet completed all of the requirements for the professional license, the educator has the option of applying for the preliminary extension license. The preliminary extension license is a one-time extension that is valid for an additional 5 years of employment in the role of the license. It is a good idea to apply for the professional license at the same time as the preliminary extension license. This will provide applicants with a written evaluation detailing the remaining requirements for the professional license. Applicants for a vocational teacher preliminary extension license must submit the following 2 documents in order to be issued the license: a signed letter explaining the hardship preventing the applicant from completing the professional licensure requirements, with a plan to complete the requirements within the extra time allowed, and a letter verifying more than 4.5 years of employment under the preliminary license.
Thank you for taking the time to learn more about educator licensure in Massachusetts. Thank you also for being an educator or aspiring to become one. Your efforts are commendable and greatly appreciated. We hope this component of MELS has been helpful. Please visit other components of this series for additional information about educator licensure. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call the Licensure Call Center at 781-338-6600 or stop by and visit us in person at our walk-in service counter at 75 Pleasant Street, Malden, Massachusetts.